let's continue our development of the credit silver pipeline. So in this video, we're going to start using Wrangler a bit more, so I can show you how Wrangler can make our life really easy to do data transformations in an easy way with low code or code in case you want, but you can definitely do it totally low code and save a lot of time. Okay, so for this, let's get started with looking for Wrangler. Let's add it on here. Oh, no, not click. Let's connect it into the trash. Okay, let's then delete the mid connection. And there we go. So let's get started doing some transformations in Wrangler. Okay, here, one thing. First, I need you to change the read bronze from cards to the table clients. Probably now you have cards there, but I decided to change because we can do much more transformation in the clients table than on cards. So we just go on browse, go to bronze, and then go to clients, and everything is good. So you have clients. One more thing to watch out is to propagate the output schema to the next step. Propagated. So if I click on Wrangler right now, I should see the input schema as the same as we have in the bronze table, right? So because now we are moving the data from bronze to silver. Let's start building some recipe here then with Wrangler. Okay, let's come here. Let's go. Wow. Okay, so now we need to select, as we know, Wrangler needs a sample data to work, but now we already have data on BigQuery, and then that's gonna be the sample data. Okay, let's BigQuery default, we can use the default connection. Let's click on bronze and select the clients table. Clients table selected. It should pop up already here. Okay, there we go. So let's start building some transformation. And okay, the first scenario I have here is, let's suppose I don't want to have name and surname separate. I want to join them. Basically, you can easily just select the columns you want to concatenate and then click on the arrow of any one of them and join columns. Okay, here you can set the order. Let's say if I want the name first or the surname, so it depends, right? So I want name first and then later surname. I can choose the delimiter. In this case, a space is fine for us, and fill the new column name. This is gonna be full name. Join. If we scroll at the end, we're gonna have a full name column now, separated by space. We no longer need it. Let's suppose we no longer need this separate data. We can just delete selected columns. Other thing we can be performing is, for example, filling null values. Yeah, we can go just on the column when to fill, click on the arrow and fill empty or null. So we can basically just not provide it here for any reason, right? And okay, and then we are filled, so we no longer have any nulls, and we have a field that we can look for example, to find out not provided email customers that we don't have an email, and create something else on top of that, right? So other thing that we can do, let's say we have the use case to have date and hour separate in separate fields. Then what we can do, we can split this column. Yeah, this is still a string, and then we see that in between them we have a space. So basically we can explode this field by a space. So we just go again in the arrow. We can go actually to extract fields, extract using delimiter. And then in this case, a delimiter could be a comma, could be a tab, a pipe, or white space, which is our case, or a custom separate. Custom separator is basically where we can start using regex, and then we can do more advanced transformations. We're gonna do some later on in this video also, but let's go to white space, which is the one we want so far. Again, scroll at the end. We have then our separated fields. Let's separate it. Let's name it to date. Let's name it to time. There we go. Something else we can be doing is converting this timestamp, which is in string, to a date, to a timestamp actually. How do? We just click again on the arrow, and in this case not change data type, it's a parsing. We parse as a simple date. And then what we need to select, the exact format as we have, which we can see here is year, month, day, hour, minute, second. Yeah, let's find it here, apply, and now we see that we have timestamp macros. Why I selected this timestamp macros is because BigQuery understands this time better, right? Okay, what else can we do? Let's suppose we also want to split the address column in house number and road, and address, the road. What can we do here? We can split it, but we can't use the same method we used for timestamp, because what happened is we might have many spaces. So if I do that, in this column we're gonna have three, in this information we're gonna have 3 columns, in this one we're gonna have 4 columns. So this is not what we want. And then here we can start using regex to do this kind of more complex transformations. What we're gonna do, we're gonna click on the arrow, we're gonna click on extract fields because that's what we want, delimiters again, but custom operator. One point about regex. Regex, it's not that easy to understand, but I'm 100% sure that you're gonna find any regex formula out there, especially in Stack Overflow. If you look for our case, for example, we want to get the first element after a space separator, and then if you type it in regex to search for the solution in regex, we're gonna find it. I already have it here, and I'm gonna paste it. Extracted the field from address. So we exploded in 2 fields. One is empty then, and the second one is the one we want. It's the first one we want. Okay, in this case we needed to do it separate, in separate regexes. Maybe you can find a better solution for the regex. I'm not saying this is the perfect one, but this is the way I could handle. I'm not an expert in regex. But now we have here, my directives were not applied, so this is not nice. But fortunately I have not storage, right? We want BigQuery. But fortunately I have those directives copied, because this is the problem, I didn't save. How do we save that? We go on apply. We don't want that. We want then go to bronze. That's not what they want. Let's go to bronze and select again. So this is a nice warning. Don't do this mistake, and you're gonna have some problems. I have all the recipe here. So everything you see, we don't have any recipe, but since I have copied all the recipe, I can just paste it here, and all the transformations are gonna be done in the way it was before. Okay, let's continue doing the regex thing here. Extract fields, delimiter, custom separator. I have it also here copied. Let's go. Let's extract the field, and there we go. How do we save? We apply, and we come back. So this is saved. No longer gonna lose it. And then what do we do? Actually, here first we rename it to foo address. To foo address. We can delete the address one because it came empty. Delete column, and then we can have this one as address. Not really sure if this is how we address this naming for this case, but anyways. And now we're gonna get only the number. Let's go into extract fields using delimiters, custom separator, and I also have here something to get just the first one. But the previous one was to get the second one, and this one is to get the first element after the first separator. And there we go. We have foo address. that we now convert to house number. And yeah, apply. We don't really need to propagate because it's just a sync, and we should be really good to go. You can feel free to test it out, but I'm pretty sure everything is working on in this first step of transformations.